Hey y'all. Currently here by myself, but Bri will be joining momentarily. We had some minor technical difficulties before the start of the show. Did I get us ready in an incorrect lobby? Maybe. Is it 100% my fault? Yes. So I hope everyone is having a good night tonight. Did anyone play in any of the set releases this weekend? Hopefully you got out to your locals and were able to play in set releases. I was able to play in a sealed event on Saturday and was able to also do a midnight release if you joined before on Friday for our pack openings. We opened a ton of new packs. I was able to pull my Perdita that I've been dreaming of. She's beautiful. She would be up on the shelf behind me, but she's already in a puppy deck. Marion, she's joining. I said as I was getting on that I 100% set us all up in the wrong studio. So in the wrong green room before the show. And now am stuck by myself. Here you are. Hi, Bri. Sorry.
Hi, I made it.
I told everyone it was my fault already.
We're having technical difficulties.
And then rambled about sealed this weekend while I was trying to wait for you to see my message. This is what happens when we're in two separate spaces.
We're trying it out.
There we go. What is most sad is that all of the screens that I had prepped, which granted, they're still open, but now I need to re-add them to this stream so that we can share them when we want to, which is a little sad.
Haha, I got it figured out. From the computer side, from my side.
I love that.
It only took me a minute.
First things first, I hope everyone saw our post earlier this week. Since June, we did a post for Pride Month. And throughout the month, we're going to have some members of the queer community joining us as co-hosts. So we're very excited for that. We're going to be partnering with the community throughout not only this month, but we think that it's really important that this space is not only a safe space for women, but for all members of marginalized groups. So we will definitely be reaching out and having them on stream as often as we can. We love getting some of our friends on and giving them their voices a space as well.
Yes. Hopefully we can bug Alex into coming back. We always love Alex.
Yes. They already said that they would do it again, so I'm excited. I was talking with them earlier this week, and they were like,
have both of them on from Rotten to the Lore.
Yes. Alex and Cece launched their channel last week on Friday. They put out a wonderful video. They went through basically the basics of Lorcana, how to play with a starter deck. It was some really great content. So definitely drop a link in the chat to that, because I think it's really helpful if you haven't been playing very long. Their content's going to be really great and really helpful for you.
They're the best. Love that they're doing that. Super excited for them.
Bri, did you play any events this weekend?
I did the sealed on Sunday.
Oh, the sealed on Sunday. That's what I forgot. I was like, I swear I did another event. And I was like, what event did I do? Yes, our sealed on Sunday.
Yeah. And I think that was it. Because then Tuesday, our typical Tuesday, that was supposed to be for Jafar. They didn't have their product in yet. So
yes, but we just saw right before the show that they got their product in. So now we are excited.
Yes, they officially announced it. So this coming weekend on Saturday, they're going to do their sealed, which they had planned to do this past Saturday.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday, they'll do their starter deck.
Yeah.
Which is what they usually do the Tuesday after it releases.
So I'm very excited for those. I had fun this weekend. Also, totally, like, we didn't really cover this last week because it was after the show. So I thought this week we would cover it. We got like a new announcement about Fabled, which I think is crazy that we're already getting cards revealed, product revealed, like deck revealed.
I feel like they just kind of like glossed over Jafar. Like I feel like every set has been given its own time to shine. And they were just like, yeah, who cares about Jafar? Let's just.
I know, and I'm a little bitter about it. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like
no, am I? I thought it was just me because I was like, man, like they really just kind of were like, who cares about Jafar? Like our good friend Randall really cares about Jafar. First of all,
I also care about Jafar, so I find it rude.
Like come on, people. You gave Ursula her time to shine. Now let's let Jafar at least have a week.
Yeah, it just it felt really weird that they already are pushing like that other product now.
The only thing I did like is that since they were in the Mulan Enchanted spoiled, yes, because Mulan deserves it.
I agree.
And I was just super excited to have a Mulan Enchanted. That looked really good.
Yeah,
so I understand them doing that. I was like, but I feel like we know more about Fable right now than we did about even Reign of Jafar like 2 weeks ago.
Agreed.
I was like, man, like
they're just ready to get rotations over and done with, most likely. You're probably right, Chelsea. You are probably right.
All I see are YouTube.
But we got release dates, which I am always excited to get release dates. So the new set will be released August 29th for pre-release, and big box stores will be September 5th. So that's exciting. But once again, it just feels like we got like thrown in here.
They really hit the throttle on this one.
We got
they were spoiling Fabled before Jafar even came out.
Yeah, and I think we've seen these like the Illumineers Trove, the box, when they were spoiling Reign of Jafar. But I thought I'd toss these on here as well. I think the big thing that they shared this week were the single player decks. So for the single player decks, we have an Amber, Sapphire, and an Emerald, Ruby. So I'm very intrigued by both of these decks because these are not color combinations that you typically see, which makes me kind of excited for the rotations. If like we're thinking these could be more viable color combinations. I know I'm currently trying to make an Amber Sapphire deck for my puppy deck.
I mean, I'm focused on Amber Ruby, so I get it. I'm trying to make different things work.
So I mean, I'm excited to see this. I'm excited to see like a change up, but what I was most excited for, I'm gonna need this Elsa box instantly. This Elsa promo.
It's so pretty.
Yeah.
I'd say too, with all the reprints, and I was thinking about it the other day, I was like, if they don't reprint the Ariel singer,
I don't want to talk
there
about
will be an uproar.
Not reprinting my Steel songs, and
I was like, that will effectively, I feel like, kill Steel Song.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about it dying.
I was like, if that does not get its reprint,
I'm just waiting for Chelsea to chime in the chat, being like, I hope it doesn't come back, because she, I think, is there we go. Oh yeah, I mean, definitely some of them. I'm ready.
Turn one Cindy can't die, because then we need her for Nathaniel. Okay. Turn one Cindy. Turn two Sing Storm.
Yeah, I I think that's definitely a good point, Kyle. Like, so late in the game, the same decks from set 2 are still good, which is, it's definitely true. There hasn't been much change
Yeah.
since the earlier sets of like what's strong and what's good to play.
Yeah, which is kind of disappointing for people that are definitely wanting more of a variety, because there hasn't been enough rotation.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna get pretty stuck in that. Okay, they're playing Amber. All right, so I know I should expect XYZ.
Yeah. This is the Mulan Enchanted that they announced. It looks gorgeous. This is not the highest quality image, but it's the only image I could find, because I think right now there's only the screenshots from them sharing it. So this is what we got. Looks pretty good. Looks like it could like lead towards a princess deck, which I'm not mad about.
I'm just glad Mulan's finally getting like a really good card. I'm like, she just needed something that looked really good.
Yeah, it's a super pretty card.
I love the Archer one where she's got like the 3 arrows and she's shooting it, right?
Yeah.
It looks awesome, but I was like, man, she needs like some pretty. We've had duplicates of a few princesses for Enchanted. She needs some respect.
I agree with that. Do you what deck did you play yesterday at League? I did not get paired into you, so I don't know what you were playing.
So currently, yesterday I was playing Amber Ruby songs.
Okay.
So
is that the? Do you have that deck list? I don't think I.
It's a working deck list, because trying to figure out changes with new cards.
Totally fair.
Out. The only one I think of that's in it right now that's from the newest set is going to be the Prince John.
Oh yes. Here I can share that on screen. I have that one pulled up.
He is a 3 cost. He's uninkable and he's a rare from set 8. But my goodness, is he a big body? And with the Rapunzel, turn 3 5/5. That's insane. There he is, Frady Cat. There we go. Yeah, 3 cost.
I'm sorry. Could you read the quote on screen?
Please? Oh, it's still working. It's working. This one was also what was already built and ready to go out the door, where I didn't have to sleeve anything.
That's very fair.
Yeah, but yeah, also I played against
awesome.
Dog. This one is incredible, especially because he gains damage relatively easily, which is why I wasn't sure if he was even going to be great or not. But he has turned out to be really freaking good, especially with Rapunzel, specifically with Rapunzel, because you can just, okay, yeah, you play characters, you're helping me draw more cards.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because you can play them on 3. You're playing an aggro deck. They drop a few little dorks. You're like, okay, cool. I'm going to heal it, draw cards, and then he can kill all of your little things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, he is ridiculous. And also, I just love the art.
Yeah, this one is, it's a great art. But yeah, I think this is a really great Rapunzel target.
It's so good.
What did you play into? So normally our leagues on Tuesday is just like normal core constructed, but because we the store that we play at didn't have their product yet for set 8, they did our first round. We played Pack Rush and we got a first chapter pack, and what was the other pack? Shivering Skies? Oh, Azurite Seas. Thank you. Yeah. So that's what we played. Our round 1 was, and then round 2 and 3 were back to normal core constructed.
Yeah. So for round 2, I played Sergio, and he was on a Chernadog, like hyper aggro deck with all the ladies and all of the tramps, all the ladies. And it seemed like we played a few games even because he beat me quickly, and we played a few extra games because we had time. And I'm not kidding. I felt like every single time we played, he just got his perfect combo every single time.
What card is he's playing a card that's unique in that deck?
Perla.
Yes, Perla.
Perla, she's an
Let me pull that
uncommon
up.
from set 6. She's got evasive and support. And she's like a 3/2.
Yes.
And so like her with the lady that if she has X amount of
she has 3 willpower.
3 willpower or more, then she quests for 3.
Yes.
He was just like, all right, I play Perla and support here and then quest for 1,000,000. And I was just like, oh no. This is making math hard. It was very good. I really liked his
Here she is.
version of
Okay.
it.
Hold on one second. I will share the screen now. Ba, ba, ba. Right, it is loading. There we go. So yeah, this is it's a great card.
Yeah, definitely was like not something I was like, he played it at first and he was like, okay, don't laugh at me. He's like, this card is fantastic. And I was like, what? And then it did the thing. I was like, oh no. And he was like, see? And I was like, yeah, I see. This hurts. She's got to go.
Well, and she's also great if you're playing
great genies, Diablos. Like, that's at least like you have an answer for so many evasive things that are happening.
Exactly. That I feel like this is actually a really strong card in the deck.
Oh yeah, it was. I was like, man, this is a genius ad. Like, it felt like it was great. I was like, it goes so well into things. Sergio definitely put some. He's been cooking.
He's been cooking.
But he said he would send me the list, and I forgot to ask him for it again today so we could post it. But it is quite spicy. I'm gonna throw it together. I might end up playing this next weekend whenever I go down to Georgia.
Oh yeah, speaking of, you're heading down to Charlie's Collectible. I sadly won't be able to go. My parents are coming into town, so I'll be celebrating Father's Day with some family here, and then you're going to be down there in Georgia. And as Joey said, he gets his Father's Day gift is hanging out with the big boy and all weekend, and you get a mom-free weekend, which I feel like is a win.
Give me time to go do stuff with the boy without you looking over my shoulder and slightly judging me. He's like, you go, you do that, have fun, go win the cards, go do things. I want to stay here with him.
And you're going to be playing in the main event. And you're not going to play in the main event.
Not in the main event. I am flying down Saturday because we did it kind of late. So how like the flights with how much it was going to cost with our points and things, it was easier to. It made more sense to use because we're using points for the flight. It made more sense for us to fly out Saturday and then fly back Monday.
Gotcha.
And so because that was cheaper, and so then we did that, and I was like, well, at least I'll be there for Sunday. I can't do both, but I can at least do this one. I'll get there Saturday at some point.
Yeah.
And if I get there early enough, I can get there to at least get hopefully some content and see some people. But
yeah, that's exciting. That's fun. So you'll play in the a lovely follow from our favorite content creators, the Illuminateers. Thanks, guys.
Hi, Erin. Hi, Leah. I hope they are gonna be there. But I don't know. I haven't actually asked them. I need to ask them.
I forget. I don't know who is.
I know Melissa is going to be there from TFM.
Yeah.
Because she was going to be there for work. And she was like, yeah, I could just stay the weekend.
Bri is going to Charlie's Collectible next weekend.
Georgia, the women's tournament. I've mixed emotions about it, but I'm going.
Yeah, where we haven't talked a ton about this because I know Melissa from TFM did a great episode explaining, honestly, I think how both of us feel about the event. And you decided to, because you're free that weekend, to go give it a try and see how it is. So they're having a women's only tournament on Sunday, and really cool, really great. Like we love seeing that like the TCG community is carving out a space where women can play competitively, and
they're trying. So I'm like, okay, I'm acknowledging that they are at least trying.
yeah, and the downsides are that
it's on Sunday, so if you make day 2 for the main event,
yes,
and then it's just like we live in Texas, it's the South. You never know how things are going to be accepted.
Yeah, it's rough because, like, on one hand, I think that it's an awesome opportunity. I think it would be really fun to have a women's only tournament, and all of the women competitive players can play in it. But on the other hand, it stinks because it is overlapping technically with the main event. So it feels like it's segmenting the population that would want to do it. So it's mixed emotions. I know that some people in the community have reached out to the organizers to talk with them and kind of vocalize those frustrations, which I think is awesome, because obviously complaining into a void is never going to do anything. Getting out there and actually talking with people does. However, hopefully
that also being said too, I'm like, I also do enjoy, I was like, because maybe there are a lot of people, maybe there's just in that community, we're not in Georgia, obviously.
Yeah.
So maybe that community specifically has a lot of female players that are competitive that just don't want to be in the main scene playing against the same Zan Bivens and who is another top 5 constant. Maybe they want to change it up. Maybe they were like, they're scared and they're trying to break into the TCG, so they want a space where they feel like they can go and not, even though those people are fantastic and amazing, maybe they just haven't ever been around it to know what to expect, and maybe this will help kind of make them feel more welcome.
Agreed.
That I am going into it with positive thinking.
I love that.
That is my mindset on it. Is I'm going into it with, you know what? There's people, we don't know these people. Maybe they don't feel comfortable. Maybe if we go there and we can show the way, show that we know the way, and we can help guide them into TCGs and maybe take some of the constant top 5s of everywhere kicking everybody's butt and switch it up a little bit.
Yeah. Trying to think. I was playing. I know that we talked about.
Yeah, we talked about my deck. What were you playing yesterday?
So I am really, really wanting the Jasmine to work from this set. I want an ally deck to be a thing, and I think it's almost there. The deck I played last night, I just pulled a list off of Dreamborn and built it as a starting point, and it did not do great. I will definitely share the list. I already have edits to it, so initially it was I kept ending up with no cards. That was my biggest issue, which there is draw power in the deck, and I don't know if it was just my matchups weren't great for it.
It was also only 2 rounds of actually playing with the deck.
Exactly. And my first round was against Randall, who had some spicy nonsense.
I played him round 3. I know exactly what you're talking about.
With cards that never get played, and I was like, what is this nonsense?
I didn't even know Fred had a shift.
I didn't either.
He did it, and I was like, oh, that's a thing. What does it do? And he was like, it's big. And I was like,
it is big. It was scary. So he's trying to get a deck together to make the Set Champ promo from last set work. Yeah. And
if anyone can do it, Randall can do it.
Yep.
No one else might be able to pilot the deck. It might be a Randall specialty, but he will make it work.
Which, honestly, I love when he finds unique things because we have a very similar play style. So I usually can pilot decks that he creates that no one else can. So the other one that he made a really cool Emerald Sapphire deck that had it was all based around bend to my will. And I love playing that.
That deck was made my brain hurt.
It's so much fun to play, but someone else that we play with also played it, and he's like, I don't know what this is. This is nonsense. It doesn't make sense. I don't know how you play with it. I don't know how you win games with it. It doesn't make sense to me. And Randall and I are like, it's so much fun. What do you mean?
My favorite thing about playing against Randall is my husband will be like, oh, what'd you play in round 2? I'm like, I played Randall. And he's like, oh, so it could be literally anything. I was like, yes. Yes, no one knows.
No one knows.
And I love it because he's always going to be there with the imagine. It's going to be something that he imagined, he worked on. He put so much time into to make it work.
Well,
and his decks are never bad.
No,
because he puts so much work into like fixing them and making adjustments and play testing and everything.
Yeah, and in my next life, I'm gonna have his brain power to know what every single card does at
amazing.
the drop of a. Literally, anyone could drop any card in front of him, and he's like, yes, that random card from set one. Like,
this is probably the third time I've ever seen it, but Randall has it memorized.
I laughed this past weekend. I was watching the stream for Southside Gaming, and Bivens was playing an Aladdin from set 1 in his deck that has basically never seen play.
I love it.
And I was like, this is a Randall card. If Randall sat across from Bivens and he played that card, Randall would be like, yes, I've played that in a few decks.
Yes, and he could tell you specifically what decks it worked in and what it didn't work with.
Yeah.
And like what it worked really well with. It's beyond just knowing the card and knowing like, oh yeah, I know what that does. He's like, oh yeah, it works great into this type of thing, not great into this, and like can break it down, give you a full breakdown of this random card.
Exactly.
You just throw down in front of him, and I love it.
I initially, so I wasn't going to play my ally deck last night. I wanted to play the deck that actually won at Southside Gaming, which I will share. the Rolodex. 100%. But when I was putting together decks before League, I shouldn't say apparently. I was also listening to an audiobook while I was doing it, which was my mistake. So I was very much concentrating on that
versus nothing else mattered.
Concentrating on deck building. So I just left 7 cards that should have been in the deck at home and didn't bring them. So the ally deck was the deck that I played last night instead of this deck.
It's okay. Our cards, I'm working on getting them fixed, but the tragedy that was our troves, that moving mishap,
that's
is about halfway resolved, and so that's also part of why I'm like, okay, what deck is built currently? Okay, my husband's been making this red yellow. Okay, Randall's been helping with it, so then I get paired against Randall and I'm playing the deck, and he's like, oh, your deck is probably the most cooked here. I was like, yeah, but not by me, by like you.
Also, everybody is trying to get me to name the books, and I am reading the Zodiac Academy series, so it's like a 20-book series. I have it
saved on my audiobooks to start. I haven't started. I've been in a slump since I finished. I don't even remember what book I read last.
Yeah. So
I haven't started anything.
Yes, I'm enjoying it. It's a good series. Would recommend. And that's where I'll leave it. I actually, this weekend, finished sorting all of my cards. Would you like to know the count on boxes of bulk that I have?
Oh, geez, yes.
So, background, I will not let people throw cards out. It hurts my soul. We also have people in the community that take bulk and do different things. They'll donate it to local schools, they'll give it out to kids. So I keep it to give to those like few members in our community that are doing that. And I now have 10 boxes of bulk, like, and not like a little trove. I have like,
I brought you a full diaper box of
yeah,
bulk. I
yeah.
was like, Courtney, take all this. I'm going to throw it away. And you were
Um,
like, no.
so I went through and as you now can see behind me, I have these really nice clear boxes that for each set, it'll be like set 1 through 8. And then as we rotate, I'll be able to rotate the cards for the ones that will be out. It makes finding cards very easy now.
Oh, I love that. I have my troves for my organization for our playing cards.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm about halfway through the ones that fell. I just took them all out of the boxes, like the half. I started with half of them the other night, and I just took them all out of the box, separated it by set, put it in order. Because our troves, fun fact, we keep 3 play sets of every common and uncommon of each card.
Yes.
Because it's me and my husband that play. That's what's in our troves, typically, is about that.
And so that's what I have
one or two cards.
It's my 3 sets of commons and uncommons. My rares and above, along with 1 play set of commons, go into my binders with my no touchy master set. So
yeah. See, we have our no touchy set, and that's all goes in binders, gets put away. Nothing, those fall and nothing happens to them because they're very well cushioned. The troves for our cards that we just play with, they're just in boxes. And then we have boxes for like all of our rares. Super rares and up will go into like a playset binder.
Mm-hmm.
But rares, foil rares, all that are all just in troves organized. And then whenever they all fall, and there's about 8 troves and of all different sets that all just get mixed into one big pile and thrown into boxes. I just took out 4 troves and just dumped them all over the tables, organized them by set. It was probably like 2 hours. I just literally went through after the baby went to bed and just went through and started reorganizing everything. So so we can finally start actually building decks, and I don't have to just play the same deck that my husband has built.
You mean you miss playing your own nonsense?
I need Turnidogs after playing yesterday. I was like, listen, I can play puppies, even though it's not like the puppy deck. It's as close to puppies, and it's viable, and it just goes really fast. It sounds like it's perfect for me.
Let's be clear, puppies are viable. I just need to find the right 60 cards.
They have to make the right 60 cards first.
I just have to find the right 60 card combo. That's it. I'm up to 2 Perditas. I have a trade that I should say, I don't physically have the second one, but I will tomorrow. I'm trading some of my extra legendaries from this set to get my next Perdita, which I'm very excited about. So
but it was exciting.
Let me share the Southside Gaming list that won this weekend. Yes. Mark was the winner for Southside Gaming. He played this awesome Emerald Steel deck. He was also on the Illumiteers show on Monday and talked through.
I believe Liam and Aaron were both there, right? With the Bebe.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron being super mom.
Absolutely. This list is great. I know that I watched a few of the games and he got Prince John to pop off real hard. I think he had all 3 Prince Johns out at one point and then was able to play Beyond the Horizon.
Oh.
And it was very good for him.
Oh my.
And I know that like people have been saying like now all over, I've seen on like X and social in general, like that Prince John needs to be banned. And I just chuckle because I'm like, just because somebody gets the perfect combination doesn't mean we have to ban a card.
Yeah, I think they started banning, and then now people are like, "Oh, just ban everything."
Just
I'm like,
ban
no,
everything. And I'm
no,
like,
just because it's
no.
good. It did what you wanted it to do. He just happened to get the cards to make it work. If he
Yeah,
didn't get the cards, the Prince John doesn't seem that great. He just happened to have the perfect combo for it to pop off well.
exactly. So I mean, I think this is a great list. I think that this deck is going to be insanely strong. This set. I think that this and aggro lists are gonna be what we see a lot.
Yeah, I hate seeing the grab your swords in here. This must be the deck Kyle was crying about.
It's probable.
Probably.
It's probable.
It's possible.
But I think that when you're building for tournaments coming up, like making sure that you have answers for this deck as well as aggro is going to be pretty important.
I think Chernadog is going to be really positioned really well. It was already doing really well. And then with the new ladies and stuff coming out, like the amount of card draw it felt like he was getting last night with his Chernadog was insane. And like I was just like, man, like he never.
All right. Kyle.
It's just a short amount of time.
It's
just rip it with bare necessities.
Yeah.
Or shift your Ursula's. So they just don't let them kill her.
I mean, or to Cameron's point, maybe Kyle, you're just having a skill issue.
Do better, Kyle.
Just find the right cards. Just win.
Just win. I keep getting told that someone that I know very well, just his advice is always for me, just win. What cards do I need to get? Just get the cards you need. Just do it. Just do it, Kyle. You got this. We believe in you.
If this is anyone's first time joining our show, we do have a tendency to pick on our own friends in chat because they're wonderful and always engage with us. So we are genuinely nice human beings. And we definitely understand where people get frustrated with discard. It isn't the most fun to play against. So don't think that we are soulless people over here. I swear we are nice.
We pick on Kyle because we love him.
Exactly.
Listen to our show a few weeks ago and you would hear it was a show basically about how much we love Kyle.
Yeah, afterwards his wife said to us, she goes, if I didn't like you guys, I'd be kind of worried and maybe need to hurt you if
so I'm scared of Marion.
I am also scared of Marion.
You know what? Being nice to Kyle is not the answer.
And now Chelsea's picking on me for playing Steel Song too much.
Listen, Steel Song against this, you just sing Bare Necessities, rip it. They can't sing the Beyond the Horizon.
Yeah, it's definitely I want if I'm playing this and I'm playing Steel Song, I want to win the die roll. That's my first goal is win the dice roll.
That's like with every matchup I feel like in this game still to this point. Like I love the game and I love playing, but it feels very heavily reliant on the die roll.
I think it's for me
not as bad as it used to be whenever it first came out as like set one, but it still feels very like if you win the die roll in some matchups, that's just all you need.
I think sometimes, yeah, I think that's a very fair statement. I think particularly at the start of like a new set release, I feel like the dice roll is even more important just because like if you can get your combos off, like you don't know your play lines as well if you're playing like a new 60 card
Yeah.
deck. And like you don't know your play lines against newer decks, so it's pretty important to win the die roll and be able to answer all of like be able to play your play lines versus answering like
their
the unknown. So it's funny, Kirby, you say that. Whenever I practice with anyone like playtesting, I always will pick to go second because I want to put myself in the worst possible position when I'm practicing so that I practice like those play lines and get sort of
playing catch up is so much harder than just I'm ahead, catch me. I was like, if you're going first, it just I do the same thing where I'm like, if I'm practicing, I'm not sure how to do this. Okay, you go first. Like me and Sergio first sat down yesterday whenever we were just there waiting for it to start and we were just hanging out because we were both super early. We were just like, he's like, oh, we got our card, we got our hands. He's like, wait, we never got who's going first. I was like, oh, you're going first. He's like, oh, I'm practicing going second, and I was like, so do I. I answered first. That's the part of the game where I struggle most is going second. Too, where it's just like, and there's some decks that you can build that are just great at going second. I feel like, and then there's some that are just like, no, you need to go first.
So, at some point, we probably will look at doing before you leave. Like, do we want to stream some playtesting?
Yeah, we should stream some playtesting before next week, and maybe even like kind of a different decks breakdown, even of different options of what we're thinking and why we're thinking those, what matchups we think we're going to see, kind of like a breakdown of what goes into deciding what to play in a tournament.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Adjustments for the deck going into the tournament, because I feel like figuring out specifically which deck I need to play is going to be like my focus for the rest of this week.
Yeah, and I think that you'll be better positioned to like figure out what you want to play after this coming weekend, because I know that there's a couple big tournaments happening this weekend. I think there's a couple 1Ks. I think there's another PPG qualifier
yeah, I just plan on calling John.
Yeah.
John is also like, he has a very similar play style to me. I mean, we played the same deck I didn't make it through the LCQ, but he was already like in that, but we played essentially the same deck. There was like 2 cards difference, and he was like, no, I like this list. So I was like, well, you know what, maybe I just need to call our good friend John.
Our good friend John just won
he just won, so
PPG qualifier, so he has a bye for Texas, which means now he's going to come to Texas. So we were
I just need him to also bring Selena, and the Boba. Need them all, so then we can be like, all right, look at all these houses that are for sale.
Yeah, I keep joking. I made this joke to someone else in the community that I was like, we just need all the Lorcana people to live in one place and not so spread out, because
Aaron and Liam too. Austin is just a tad too far away.
We just need a
train, like a bullet train.
That's what.
Just get on. It's an hour, and then you're there.
And now that I said that we need a train, my husband is probably in the other room, so excited.
I can see his.
Yeah. 100%. There they are.
What? All right. So we've talked about our thoughts. Chat, what are your thoughts on Fabled being so released and focused on as of late?
We're gonna need some more followers if we would like an Enchanted chatter jet. I'm gonna need some more followers.
Some very rich followers. We need Post Malone to get into the game.
Yes.
Just to fund us.
Yeah.
I know, Cameron. I know that's the exact head. I can see you peek around the corner, around the the door, like, oh.
Yeah, does anyone have any thoughts on like the meta coming up with the change, like the new set, or how they released a set and the same week they released a set, we got a bunch of Fabled spoilers. I think that's a little crazy.
And also, like, what decks have
you
people
all playing?
been seeing or wanting to see?
And
Should I just go completely off the wall and do like a chat votes for what I played at Charlie's, and I just
we could put
Bri gets no say.
We could put a poll up.
Give the people what they want.
Marion, it's so rude for them to release a set so close to your birthday. I'm sorry. I mean, we're doing your birthday, so don't worry.
Listen, they rescheduled stuff for this weekend, and I was like, oh, that's great that they rescheduled it, but it sucks I still can't be there.
I did not even think about that, but you're right. Darn.
I was like excited, but I was still like, man, nope, still can't be there. Show us your goods.
While we wait for chat to chime in, I figured I'd show my weekly swag that I got this week. So I know I posted a picture of these awesome artist doodles.
Boom, ba, ba, ba. Kirsten Hale.
Yeah. Kirsten's amazing. These little this is that's actually accurate, Marion. It has been a year since our friendship anniversary. And then I got a Tigger. I love this Tigger so much. He's so
You
cute.
love Winnie the Pooh.
And then the other fun thing that I picked up from an Etsy shop and got in the mail last week are these super cute resealable pack rush like instruction packs. So they fit 4 boosters. They're like super cool and resealable. And they have like a little instruction, and it has a QR code that leads to the Lorcana website. And I just think that this is such a fun little gift idea. Or like if you meet new players in the community, I thought it was a fun little thing. And we play a lot of, like, we do a lot of opening weekends at my house. So I thought it would be fun to have this when we are ever opening stuff. So
it is very cute.
My little fun thing that I bought this week.
I did not get it this week, but because I've been unpacking and I found it, I'm going to show off one of my favorite things that we have.
Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, so it's blurry.
If you're still in there, y'all help me get this.
You have to. Oh, there we go. I think you need to turn off the blur on your camera. Because it keeps blurring you.
I can't see the camera and hold it up, so I'm hoping this is in frame.
It looks great. I think you should stay like that the rest of the show because the art on here is awesome. So Bri went to Miami
TCG Con in 2024.
Yeah, and they had like
23 artists.
Lorcana artists. And got, because sometimes I need water in my life, Kirby. I can't always drink Diet Coke. And actually, I'm currently
my fridge for you.
I'm actually currently out of Diet Coke. I drank my last one this morning, so that's the state of the world we're in.
Dun, dun, dun.
And I haven't been to the store yet. Bri, you can 100% put it down now, so you're not just holding it the entire time. I feel bad.
It's my pride and joy.
It is. Are you guys gonna get that framed for the office?
Yeah, I actually took it out of the frame to hold it up because the frame I was took it apart the other day to like actually sew it into the frame to make it like stay and clean up the frame and everything because it was in storage at my parents' house. And so I was just like, let's get it cleaned up and then we can get it put away. But I actually had it just like sitting right next to me. So I was like, ooh, I can show it off. It's so pretty.
What else for the tournament next weekend, what else are you thinking besides maybe your Ruby Amber deck? What else are you thinking of maybe playing?
Ruby Amber, potentially Blurple, because I did play Blurple previous set, and as well as Churnadog I played previous set. So like I know, funny enough, I feel like I know how the lines on those decks a bit better than the one that I've been playing the past couple of weeks. But still with new cards, I'm not sure. But I'm really leaning more towards Churnadog just because of how much fun it is.
Hey.
And I'm just like, purely out of enjoyment, I kind of want to bring that one just because it's so much fun.
That's very fair.
But also, I like the Ruby Amber nonsense that we've been playing just because I'm like, it is difficult. And there are times where I'm like, my head hurts because I have too many options in my hand right now of what I can do to you to make you kind of question your life choices. But also, like, I enjoy that about it because it's a very fun deck also.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I also just want to be able to sing Into the Unknown and then slam it down.
I am really interested to see what like the meta looks like after next weekend, because like we really only had one
so new into it,
one big event, and I know that like this coming weekend there's so many new events. I know
it'll end up just completely flipping. I feel like everyone's trying new things, everyone's trying to figure out what works. New cards are gonna get rotated around. It's interesting. So I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like because of this past weekend, I might see a really heavy discard meta, but also I could not.
Well, yeah, and I think that that's dependent on what we see this weekend, if it continues to trend that way, or if we see an answer for the discard deck pop up this weekend and then see it turn the other way. It is really interesting. I know that this is the Southside Gaming. They posted all of their lists on Dreamborn, and
which I appreciate.
That's
a lot of work, and I'm very grateful that they did that.
But it seems like there weren't a ton of Ruby Sapphire, which I love because I do not like playing against Ruby Sapphire.
Which also maybe I should just bring that.
Oh God, who are you? What have you done with my co-host? But the top 8 was very steel heavy.
Yeah. Which is also why I'm like, I don't know if Churnadog is a great idea, but at least it has the draw. But I'm like, if there's enough of an increase in grab your swords, Churnadog might not be the answer at the moment.
Let's see what this list was. This was This was a Churnadog
without the churn.
Oh yeah, this was just okay. So yes, this. This list is very interesting, actually. So yeah,
I have this on Dreamborn currently, and have been playing around with it. I really liked Sergio's list yesterday. I think I got fixed on it, and I was like, ooh, what if I just showed up with Sergio's spice?
It's some solid spice.
I'm intrigued. Like, I'm gonna get there and probably be like round 1, get paired up against Melissa and just be like, okay. GG's.
I mean, honestly, see, and that's what's always so hard. And it's my love-hate with like big tournaments. I always feel like I get paired up against like the people I am friends with, and I'm like, no, I don't want to play you yet. I don't want to see you until top 8.
That's what I always do. Even set champs, I'll go through and it'll be like, okay, as long as I just don't get paired. I came here with my husband and one of our friends. There's 20 something, 30 something people here. As long as I don't get paired into one of them, like,
Great.
round
We're
2
good.
or 3, like I'm good. And it'll be like round 2, I get paired into one of them. Round 3, I get paired into the other one. I'm like,
I mean,
I hate it.
granted, I feel similarly with League, but like our league is not super huge, so
Yeah,
it's eventually going to happen. But I always think it's funny when I feel like we usually
every time
always get paired up round 1.
it's always the round. It's round 1. I'm like, that's completely random.
Yeah.
How are we always getting paired in round 1? I don't know. Lately, it's been me and Chelsea. I feel like every time I've gone to a league and Chelsea's been there, it's me and her round 1.
She's probably happy it's not
times.
Her and I, because we also tend to get paired up. And she's like, "Are you playing Steeled Song?" And I'm like, "Sorry."
The first time I ever played her, and I was playing Steel Song, and she was playing Amethyst Steel, and we were both just like, over today, not wanting to be here. It's nothing against you. I just am over it, and this matchup is not fun for me. And I was like miserable because I was playing a deck I hated
all the time. And then last night, Chelsea, we didn't get paired, and I was not playing.
We did though.
Yeah.
Round 1.
I didn't show this earlier, but I do feel like now I need this Jasmine even more because I'm trying to make her work. But this card she did a lot of good work for me last night. I just need to find
her with Anna.
I didn't have Anna in the deck, so I mean that's a possibility.
I feel like Anna's also very ally headed. I can't remember off the top of my head exactly what she does, but I know there's several Anna cards that all kind of play into the ally synergy that are also in the same Sapphire Steel color combo.
My list, so I was playing with it last night, and I'm trying to pull it up right now. It's at 65 cards, which is not a great place to be, but at the same time,
but for you, that's you only have to cut 4 cards,
right?
And then you're at your magic numbers.
This is also a deck that like there's a lot of like draw, like
if there's enough draw to balance it out, you can kind of get away with playing a bit over 60.
Yeah, so let's see. I'm trying to get the list up. In a nice, pretty view. All right. This is what I updated it to.
Whenever I saw you playing Sapphire, I just like assumed you were playing puppies. I was like, oh gosh.
No, not yet. I had puppies on me, but I wasn't. It's not ready. It hasn't been cooked enough. But this ally deck, I'm really
big tank. I approve.
And I was.
That's all I need to see in the list. And I was like, you say you have big tank, and I'm like, approved. I like it. I like that card.
She did great, but my good pal Vinny, he was a powerhouse.
You know what this really needs?
This card right here.
You know what this deck list really needs, though, Courtney?
No.
Nathaniel Flint.
No, it doesn't need him.
Listen, in the Amber Steel build I have been messing around with, he has been great. No Enchanted Zeus, get your life together. Call her out, Chelsea.
You're right. I actually didn't. I don't know. I think that
even the Jasmine isn't the enchanted one. The only one that's the enchanted one is the Tinkerbell.
Yeah, I copied this list and then was messing around with it. So I take no responsibilities for enchanteds versus non-enchanteds here. I didn't play with the Cogsworth last night, which I don't know why.
Sorry, I was laughing at Meta Potion. I agree with this statement. I can't do it.
You know, actually, it's pretty close to being foiled out. I would need
Oh,
I need one.
They meant it. It has to be. Dang it.
Yeah. I am missing one Enchanted, and then Along Came Zeus. I only have 2.
So you can only run 2.
Yeah.
You have to change the whole list.
Yep. So that's where that's at. It's not.
It's getting there.
It's not totally there yet, but I think they're
So everyone's kind of like our league specifically on Tuesdays. I feel like is a very much a all right. What are you wanting to put together that you wouldn't actually take somewhere right now, but you'll bring it here so we can work it out together. Like literally, I laid out my entire deck list for the group to give their thoughts on yesterday.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing. So it's usually always competitive decks, but we typically cook on Tuesdays. So yeah. Like we are trying to figure out like what's working, what's not working. And we brainstorm a lot.
Where do we have room to fit this in? Like, like literally, I just like laid out my whole deck, and I was just like, okay. And then like I think Randall, Sergio, like everyone was just like, I laid it out. I didn't have to say anything. Everyone immediately just like knew what was happening.
Yeah, which is great.
I love it. I love that it's a community effort.
Everybody wants everybody to be playing the best decks, the best 60 cards.
And having fun.
Playing. Yeah.
If you're not having fun, you're not doing it right.
Nope.
It's a game at the end of the day.
So have we gone over everything?
I believe so. That is all of our agenda.
We did it.
We've done it. We actually stuck with the agenda today, guys, and we didn't go an hour over.
There were too many cards that we wanted to talk about last week. To be
that was it. Whenever we get really into topics, we dive in, and then time is a concept.
Yeah. So I'm excited. Next week, we'll talk.
Next week will be definitely, I think, I feel more Charlie's focus, and then also next weekend, which I won't be there, which you will be here though, but I don't think you're going to be playing in it. Is the PPG qualifier thing at Eclipse. So our LGS that we go to on Tuesdays is actually one of the stores in DFW selected for that, which is on that Saturday whenever Courtney's dad is in town, and that's whenever I'm flying out to go to Georgia. So we'll have to have notes.
Maybe I'll have Cameron entertain my parents while I play a couple rounds of Lorcana.
That, or even just like, hey, Mom, Dad, we're gonna go do this together. Have the Gearys run Enchanted Chatter for the weekend and let your dad commentate on the tournament while you're playing in it.
That would
it could be my in-flight entertainment. I would love it.
That would be pretty entertaining.
You'd be like, oh, that's a card.
Or I was gonna joke that I would send my dad. My dad has a fascination with Nebraska Furniture Mart. I don't know what it is, but he loves it.
I also enjoyed Nebraska Furniture Mart though. Yeah, it's a black hole. You go in, and then
also for those that don't know what that is, it's just a furniture store. It's a very, very large furniture store.
If you're gonna go to Nebraska Furniture Mart, it's also like right down the street from Nebraska Furniture Mart.
There's
Coco Ichibana.
Oh, you're right. My parents, I don't think would be fans. They don't do spicy food.
That's one thing. My dad's down for anything, especially
as I joke. I come from my dad is a large Irishman. His spices are pepper and salt and maybe some paprika.
My dad loves to change it up. That's one thing I got that my dad was just like down for any sort of food. I'm like, hey, we're gonna go try this today. He's like, okay.
That's fair. Yeah. Well, we will see you all back here next week. And maybe a little bit earlier or later next week, we'll do a stream of some play testing. And next week, definitely concentrate on how to prep for tournaments and maybe have a guest. So hang out there. If you follow us on social, you'll see some announcements if we land a guest for next week. So we will see y'all next week. And it was fun hanging out. Bye, y'all.
Bye.